Hello guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shar. I wanted to come to you guys pretty impromptu early. Normally I don't even come on or do a video this early or this soon after, I've already done a video. But there is breaking news about our girl Wendy Williams. It is being reported on her Instagram, which is Wendy Show, that she has been tested positive for COVID 19. And they posted, and I quote, while continuing her health evaluations, Wendy Williams has tested positive for a breakthrough case of COVID 19. To allow Wendy time to quarantine and fully recover, and to ensure that our production abides by all SAG, AFRA, and DGA COVID protocols, we expect to begin the 13th season of The Wendy Williams Show on Monday, October 4th. In the meantime, repeats will be scheduled. And then it has a few people down below that's saying prayers up, big sis, and prayer hands. So, yes, she's been tested positive for what they are calling breakthrough case of COVID 19, which I'm not exactly sure what breakthrough case was, but I did look it up because, if she has COVID 19, you would have thought they would have just said COVID 19, but they didn't. They said breakthrough case of COVID 19. So I just did a simple Google search, which I came across this. Is this from the CDC? I believe this is from the CDC. And it says defining a vaccine breakthrough infection. It says for the purpose of this surveillance, a vaccine breakthrough infection is defined as the detection of SARS-CoV dot or dash 2 NRA. Ooh, that's a lot. So it says detection of SARS dash CoV dash 2 RNA or antigen in a respiratory specimen collected from a person 14 days after they have completed all recommended doses of U.S. Food and Drug Administration authorized COVID vaccine. It says CDC monitors reported hospitalized or fatal vaccine breakthrough cases for clustering by patients' demographics, geographic location, time since vaccine type, and SARS-CoV-2 lineage. So, and then it goes on, it's a whole bunch of stuff, but it goes on to say the fullest extent possible respiratory specimens that tested positive for this SARS-CoV-2 RNA are collected for genomic sequencing to identify the virus lineage that caused the infection. Now this is serious. I mean, I don't even know what the hell they're talking about, honestly. But I did put some examples that I came across. Like I said, was my simple Google search for vaccine breakthrough cases and what the Department of Health and Human Services are saying about this. It was just 6 days ago where the same Instagram for Wendy indicated that she's dealing with some health issues and is undergoing further evaluations. Obviously, they, through those further evaluations, they detected COVID or breakthrough case of COVID. And it indicated that she will not be able to complete her promotional activities, which, we'll talk about the upcoming season. She'll be doing sound bites and things like that. That was out because she was sick and she was undergoing evaluation doing tests, blood tests, and all that. I'm quite sure, and she wasn't due to come back. The show wasn't due to come back for the 13th season until September 20th, and after testing and things like that, they have determined or diagnosed her with COVID 19 or a breakthrough case of COVID 19. I was going to say, or should I say, I initially thought that this breakthrough case of COVID 19 was COVID 19 being contracted by someone that had the vaccine. But I don't think Wendy has had the vaccine. I've been told that Wendy has expressed on the show that she had absolutely no interest in taking the vaccine. So I don't know if that meant she had not actually had a vaccine or not. But I thought that was like a case of someone getting COVID but had the vaccine already. So just glancing through and reading through these various um, Instagram posts, it doesn't seem like that's what that means. It just seems like it's some type of um, case of COVID where maybe she was asymptomatic and really did not show the symptoms, if I'm understanding that correctly. And if someone out there that's listening that really actually knows what this is, please comment below, because this is serious and we all want to know and be educated on this stuff, so we'll know going forward and know how to protect ourselves even more and move efficiently, throughout society with this COVID thing, because it is serious and it is real. Knock on wood, I have not had it, and I haven't really been around anyone that has had it, that I know of. I mean, people have had it, and they're, luckily for them, they were able to live to tell the story, but did not reveal to others that they've had it. You kind of find out that certain people had it weeks and weeks and months and months and months later, and you be like, oh dang, I was just around them. You know what I mean? So that's mean and that's rude. But anyway, we want to just give our prayers and shout out to Wendy Williams, despite the controversy that she always has as it relates to her show and what she's talking about, on whoever may have insulted directly or indirectly. I would hope no one wants to wish death or COVID on anyone, their worst enemy. You know what I mean? So we do want to give our prayers to Wendy Williams and pray for a speedy recovery for her. Yeah, she's tested positive for COVID, and the show will not be back for the 13th season until October 4th. And until then, it will be, a slew of reruns and encore episodes of the Wendy Williams show. So she, and then she also has a number of other health issues, which, really, really, really puts her at risk. We all know that she has the overactive thyroid, which, affects, why her eyes bulges out so much. The Graves' disease, that could be deadly untreated. And then she also has the lymphedema, where she has to sit in some type of decompression machine about 45 minutes a day. So, she has some real serious health problems. She's really going through it, So she doesn't need any stress. She really doesn't, from like outside stuff, like thinking about her ex or thinking about her ex's girlfriend, or, you know what I mean? Even motherhood stuff, like worried about her son and what he's getting into. She kind of just really needs to tune everything and everyone out and get better, because this COVID thing, it's real, it's serious, and she can't afford, health wise, she cannot afford any real serious sicknesses, and you can't get any realer than COVID, or any more serious than COVID. I mean, this thing is as serious as HIV. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just feel for her. And then because of her job and her line of work, talking about hot topics, always talking about other people's affairs and business, the good, the bad, and the ugly, things they don't really want out, rumors, all this stuff. She gets a bad rap, and I feel like she doesn't really have a lot of friends, a lot of true blue friends because of her line of work. People stay clear of her, you know what I mean? And that's sad because in times like this, she really needs someone. She needs someone to lean on and, give her a hug, tell her it's going to be okay. She does have her son, but her son is away at school, and school just started. He can't just be hopping on a plane coming back to his mom. You got to kind of stay on point with his studies, even though school just started. But, she needs a friend. And I feel like she doesn't have many of those. And at this point, people that she's meeting, she has to be really, really careful because she is a rich woman, like it or love it. She's a rich woman. And men, they're always going to have this ulterior motive, trying to be close to her because she's rich. It's what they can get out of it. So, she kind of really has to be careful. And she don't put too much pressure on her dad. He is older, you know what I mean? Have him worried, sick. At least she does have a sister. She can call her. She has a brother as well, but I don't know if they are still estranged or not. I know a few months back when her mother passed, not even earlier this year, he had beef with her about something or other. I don't know if she went to the services for her mom when he was pissed about it, or whatever the case may be. I'm still not really sure what that was all about. However, what I did know of it, I kind of thought it was like for publicity or something, but maybe not. Maybe it was real. But again, I don't know if she's close enough with him to lean on him. But her sister did help her get her affairs in order, get her legal affairs in order, and get everything right, as far as legally and paperwork, things like that, for her to make her big move out of the marriage with Calvin Hunter. So it does seem like she does have a ride or die in her sister, because her sister really, really did help her out with that. And her, it was a great thing that her sister was a lawyer, so it was pretty easy for her. It was a no-brainer. It was just the execution that they had to be hush-hush about it, because they didn't want to let Calvin Hunter in on what was going on. Because I don't know about anyone else, but I feel like Calvin Hunter was kind of like leaving her for dead. You know what I mean? Like, he was out. You know what I mean? Like, he was ready for her to go on home, on over to the other side, while he was still married to her, because that means all the assets would be left to him. He's the next of kin, then the son. You know what I mean? So he was going to be living high off the hog, him and Sharina and whatever other women that he, pulled in, because he would have been a hell of a rich man. Plus the life insurance policy, he would have been good for here on out. And she got up out of that. I think she made believe like she was on drugs and really, really sick. She may have dabbled with it, but I don't know if her addiction came back full blown. I think she made it up to make it seem like she was addicted and had to go away, because he was kind of leaving her ass alone at that point. Like I said, to let her just go somewhere and die. And it's sad to say, it's harsh to say, but, and of course I don't know if that is true, but that's what it really, really seemed like, because in those weeks where she was saying that she was living in a sober house and she was looking hot mess, she was fainting and passing out, those were the times where all these pictures were being recovered on the internet, where he was buying Ferraris and buying Bentleys and riding Sharina around in Bentleys and Ferraris and buying houses right up the street from where him and Wendy lived and all this stuff. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you were really concerned and worried about your wife, you would have been at her side, or been at her side every day, every chance you got, concerned. And it just didn't seem like he was concerned. It seemed like he was, and then, like she said on the show, he was the one who suggested to put her in a sober living. So, yeah, I think he was leaving her there to just kind of die and burn out, and so he can collect all the dough. But she flim flammed him. So good for her. Good for her. And I do send tons of well wishes to her, and prayer hands, and prayers go out to her. And let's just hope and pray that she can be strong enough physically to pull through this and get through COVID, have her quarantine moment, 14 days, and are able to get back to work, get back to the Wendy Williams show October 4th, like they've anticipated, and life goes on. Shout out to Wendy Williams, and please, please get well soon. All right, guys, that's it for me. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for listening. Ciao.